Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper. I'm here with Plugin Boutique, and today we're checking out the new and exciting Neutron Elements plugin by iZotope. Neutron Elements is the little brother of Neutron, which is a revolutionary plugin that combines a number of frontline features that you just don't get anywhere else. And what's really, really cool about Neutron Elements is you get two of those features right inside. So if you can't afford the Neutron Advanced or the Neutron plugin itself, Neutron Elements is definitely the way to go. Not only that, but if you purchase Neutron Elements through Plugin Boutique, you get 50 expertly crafted presets, which are exclusive for Plugin Boutique buyers and users. As you can see right here, I've got them loaded. We got bass, drums, leads, and pads. But what we're going to focus on in this tutorial are the two game-changing features that Neutron presented, but are still available here in Neutron Elements. And that is the track assistant and the learn function. So let's go ahead and listen to the track I'm working on and then jump in. Alright, so we got something really nice and really pleasant. Everything sounds pretty good, but what we can do is make it sound better using the track assistant and that learn EQ feature. So what I'm going to do is drop Neutron Elements onto the stab loop that I have right here. If I go ahead and solo it, so that's what it sounds like. Now, the learn feature, the learn EQ feature is what we're going to use right now. If I hover it over, it says intelligently searches for a natural place in the frequency spectrum to set the EQ nodes. The EQ nodes are down here, and if you want the learn feature to adjust more, we just got to activate them. If you want it to adjust less, we just need to deactivate them. I'm going to leave this many activated for right now. And what we need to do now is feed that audio into Neutron Elements and hit the learn button while it's happening. And Neutron Elements is going to go ahead and move these EQ nodes to positions it thinks I should pay attention to. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that it's done doing its thing, you saw those moving around by itself, which is just totally cool. So now that Neutron Elements has the nodes in the positions it thinks they should be, I like to go into each node and just click it to activate it down here, activate the controls, and push the gain and drop the gain just to hear what's going on and see if I can hear whatever Neutron Elements heard and decide whether I need to make a boost or a cut. So let's go ahead and listen. So that is beautiful. That node 5 right there, if I cut it down, gets rid of that flanging reverb sound. And it actually sounds a lot cleaner to me. And that's amazing because it would have taken me forever to, one, even discover that sound, never mind try to pinpoint its location. Just hitting that learn button pointed it out right to me. I'm going to actually go ahead over here and just give it a little boost on the high end. And go ahead and just drop down that lower end at the position that the learn feature put those nodes. And let's just go ahead and listen to that now. It sounds cleaner and crisper already, and we had to do very minimal amount of work to get it done. So the next thing we're going to do is jump into this vocal loop. And we're going to throw a new instance of Neutron Elements onto it. And for this particular loop, we're going to use the track assistant. And what the track assistant is going to do is use some machine learning to analyze the audio data and decide which of these modules we're going to need to transform it and to what degree we need to apply those modules and even adjust some of the specific parameters inside of them. First thing we need to do is decide which of these presets we want. Broadband clarity, warm and open, and upfront mid-range. So for this particular vocal, I want some of the bassness to be gone and I want it to be a little bit brighter and sit better in the mix because maybe I just want this a little bit behind a vocal and acting more as an instrument than a Vox take itself. So I'm going to just choose warm and open. And again, while the audio is being played, I'm going to go ahead and hit the track assistant and we're going to watch the magic happen. I'm sure you heard it, and maybe you even saw that these nodes all change position by themselves. That's crazy. And also, the exciter has been initialized. So first of all, with the EQ, Neutron Elements is telling me that we can definitely get rid of this lower end of the spectrum, everything below maybe just above 200 hertz here, and just this little jip to get rid of some of the muddiness maybe, and then a little boost right here to add a little bit of clarity. Now, what's really cool is this is essentially a preset or a starting point. So if I don't agree with anything that's just happened, I can still change everything manually, just like I could any other type of way. I can add nodes if I wanted to and boost different positions. Really, the sky's the limit. Essentially, what the track assistant is trying to do is say, hey, this is the best place to start with this particular track you've given me. It's also turned on the compressor, and essentially it's added a leveling compressor where it's just making everything a little bit more consistent across the time span. It's also added a bit of excitement, and what the exciter is essentially a saturation module with 4 different types of saturation. We have retro, tape, warm, and tube, and we can go anywhere in between all 4 of those, but the track assistant is saying for this particular thing, with the preset that we chose up there in the beginning, between retro and warm is the best place to be with a 4 dB drive and at 40% blend. And again, we can change that as much as we want. Another really cool thing about Neutron Elements is the fact that we have Neutrino built right in down here, just like in the Neutron Advanced, and just like that standalone Neutrino plug that they released for free a long time ago. And again, we can come in and maybe choose vocal and dialogue for the processing algorithm and boost up the detail and just a little bit more in the amount. And let's go ahead and bypass and hear what we've done to the track just using the track assistant essentially. So if you check out the input and output, we actually lost a little bit of gain due to that steep EQ cutoff down here. So if we wanted to boost gain just a little bit so we have a relatively the same amount of gain, we can do that. So what I've done here is I went ahead, and this is the section with the processing by Neutron, and this is the section without the same processing. So we can essentially A/B what we've done to hear the difference. So what I hear between those two is the first one with the Neutron Elements on it is a lot cleaner and sounds a lot more precise, while that second one is a little bit more muddy. Not really totally muddy, but it's just got a little bit more frequency content going on that isn't particularly necessary for what we're trying to do. Anyway, that's a quick look at Neutron Elements. Highly suggested if you can't afford the Neutron Advanced. Go check it out. Download the trial version today on Plugin Boutique, and you get those 50 professionally sculpted presets along with it that are exclusive to Plugin Boutique. I hope you learned something. We'll see you next time.